So put it, Grant, if you could, into perspective for us, because we can say things like internal alignment is important, right? We can say all kinds of statements about the voice of the customer is important, product development, iteration is important. Put into perspective, to have the go-to-market teams work together, that internal alignment, how important is that to the success? If you're playing the chief of growth role, and then I want to ask this question to you too, David, as the CEO, right? Ultimately, the buck stops somewhere, right? But how important is internal alignment to that growth motion?
It's instrumental. I think you have to be aligned 100% on the KPIs. Every firm has OKRs, KPIs, metrics, the numbers that mean the most to your business momentum and success. And if you fall short of that, what are we all going to do to make up the gap? And then you say, Dave and I are aligned, the CEO, CMO, CRO, but it's got to be up and down the chain, because if it gets disconnected at the regional level, at the product level, at the field level, then it's not going to work as effectively if it's all harnessed. I like to call it flying formation. It will move through the air much faster together and on the ground as well.
Yeah, and I love the KPI concept. I was just sitting here thinking about the 4 measures you give your CMO and your CRO. You say, we're going to generate pipeline, and salespeople have a responsibility to generate pipeline. In fact, things close at a much higher rate if they're sales generated. So pipeline creation, average deal size, how do we make sure we're pitching the company from the right starting point? Sales velocity, are we taking deals through the sales cycle? And maybe most importantly, what's the win rate? So my CMO is being asked right now to focus pretty heavily on win rate. And you might argue, why isn't that a sales metric? Isn't win rate sales? Well, maybe, unless you think that the CMO owns enablement and owns helping the sellers be able to position us correctly, being able to package and articulate the product correctly. Like, win rate is just as important from a CMO perspective as it is from a sales leader perspective.
I have to say, I love that. As a former CMO and now a fractional, is, marketing should be held accountable all the way to the close. And that way they think even more carefully from the beginning. Everything's going to add up to a better win rate if each of these interactions, moments that matter, are made better.